Close your eyes for just 1 second and picture this. She looks at you with warmth in her eyes, but no recognition. She doesn't know your name, yet she reaches out and says, "I don't know who you are, but I know I love you." That's dementia. And it doesn't begin suddenly. It creeps in, quietly, invisibly, years before anyone notices. Today we'll talk about the 10 warning signs that you may already have early dementia, and most importantly, what you can do to protect your brain right now. Because while late-stage dementia is difficult to reverse, the early stages, the silent years, can often be slowed and sometimes even healed. To make this topic easier to understand, I've divided the video into 5 simple parts. 1. Understanding dementia. 2. Why early matters. 3. The 10 warning signs. 4. When it might not be dementia. 5. What you can do right now. Let's start with the first one, understanding dementia. Dementia isn't one disease, it's an umbrella term for a decline in mental ability that interferes with daily life. Alzheimer's is the most common type. Then there's vascular dementia, caused by small strokes. There are others, Lewy body, frontotemporal, but they all share one thing, a gradual breakdown in how the brain communicates with itself. It's not just about memory, it's about reasoning, personality, judgment, even body movement. That's why dementia feels so devastating. The body remains, but the person's essence seems to fade. Yet science is now showing that this process doesn't have to be inevitable. The earlier we recognize the warning signs, the better chance we have to slow it or stop it. 2. Why early matters. Here's the hard truth. Once a large part of the brain is damaged, the brain loses the very tool it needs to repair itself, motivation. Healthy brain activity creates the drive to move, think, and choose better foods. Those choices then feed and oxygenate the brain, keeping it alive. But once decline passes a certain point, motivation fades. The cycle reverses. When we move less, blood flow decreases, and the brain begins to decline faster. That's why recognizing the first, smallest changes matters so much. Catching it early gives you the chance to rebuild. Let's walk through the 10 early warning signs of dementia, from subtle to serious, and what each one means. 1. Short-term forgetfulness. Forgetting where you left your keys. That's normal. Forgetting what keys are for, that's different. Early dementia shows up as short-term memory loss. Forgetting a conversation minutes later, reading a paragraph and not remembering what it said, or asking the same question repeatedly without realizing it. When this starts happening, it's time to look deeper. Not panic, but pay attention. 2. Trouble finding words. Everyone has the tip of the tongue moment, but if you struggle to recall common words daily and begin substituting vague phrases like "that thing" or "you know what I mean," the language centers of the brain may be slowing down. This usually pairs with number 1, short-term memory lapses. 3. Difficulty planning or following steps. Cooking a familiar recipe suddenly feels confusing. Paying bills or balancing a checkbook becomes overwhelming. Tasks that once felt simple now require notes, lists, or repetition. This isn't about intelligence, it's about the brain's executive function losing endurance. 4. Reduced brain endurance. Before memory fades, endurance fades. You might notice that mental fatigue sets in sooner. You can't focus as long, you crave caffeine, or your mind just shuts off. That's an early physiological clue. The brain isn't producing enough energy in its cells. 5. Changes in posture or movement. Your brain controls every movement, even posture. If handwriting becomes smaller, a sign called micrographia, or if you start hunching forward, losing your arm swing when walking, these are physical reflections of neurological fatigue. It doesn't mean you have dementia, but it means the brain-body connection needs support. 6. Loss of sense of smell. This one surprises people. A declining sense of smell often appears years before memory loss. Smell is directly linked to the brain's temporal lobe, the same region hit early by Alzheimer's. If food seems less fragrant or you rarely notice scents, don't ignore it. 7. Poor judgment and decision-making. Occasional bad choices happen to everyone, but chronic poor judgment, falling for scams, neglecting hygiene, or mismanaging money signals that reasoning circuits are weakening. It's the difference between making a mistake and losing the ability to see it as one. 8. Disorientation in time or place. You forget whether it's Wednesday or Thursday, normal, but thinking winter is summer or asking if it's snowing in July, that's deeper confusion. This symptom often follows disrupted sleep, poor nutrition, or medication side effects. Early correction helps prevent worsening. 9. Losing things and being unable to retrace steps. We all misplace items, but people in early dementia can't retrace why something was placed somewhere. They lose the mental map that ties intention to action. That's why memory exercises involving sequencing, like puzzles or daily routines, help so much. 10. Speech or thought. Becoming disorganized early on, thoughts begin to wander. A story has no clear start or end. Sentences break midway. This isn't stubbornness, it's a brain struggling to maintain linear coherence. Recognizing it early allows therapy, nutrition, and brain exercises to help restore clarity. Part 4. When it might not be dementia. Now, an important point many viewers raised: not all forgetfulness means dementia. Stress, anxiety, depression, poor sleep, medication side effects, and even nutrient deficiencies like B12, D3, or magnesium can mimic the same symptoms. So before labeling yourself or a loved one, rule out what's reversible. Check hormones, sleep, thyroid, and medication load. Sometimes clearing stress, inflammation, or toxins brings the mind back completely. Let's talk about hope, because there's plenty of it. Your brain is alive. It adapts. It can change. Here's what research and thousands of real people show works best. 1. Move daily. More than 90% of brain stimulation comes from movement. Walk, dance, garden, anything that makes your body move in rhythm. 2. Feed your brain. Eat real food, healthy fats, colorful vegetables, omega-3s. Avoid processed sugars and oils that inflame neurons. 3. Breathe and rest. Quality sleep and oxygenation literally wash the brain at night, clearing toxins that can build up into plaques. 4. Challenge your mind. Learn new skills, languages, music, or even play games. Novelty is medicine for neurons. 5. Connect. Isolation accelerates decline. Human connection, talking, laughing, loving, keeps the brain alive. If you've ever cared for someone with dementia, you know how sacred that act is. It's love given without expectation of being remembered. And if you're worried about yourself, remember, awareness is not fear, it's power. Every healthy meal, every walk, every act of kindness isn't just good for your body, it's therapy for your mind. If this video helped you understand even a little more, share it with someone who might need it. You never know whose life a simple message can change. And if you want to keep learning how your body and mind truly work, subscribe to The Wellness Bridge. Take care of your brain. It's the home of everything you love.